Opinion 6 Ideas for a Secure and Developed India. The road to Viksit Bharat 2047. There are several components to this vision, but foremost among them are economic growth, poverty alleviation, self-reliance in defense, education, infrastructure development, and above all national security. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the Viksit Bharat 2047 mission in December 2023. This ambitious program envisions India as a fully developed nation by the 100th anniversary of its independence. In that sense, it is a vision for the development of comprehensive national power that will make India a strong and confident country. However, from a national security perspective, it is imperative to highlight the significant aspects of this mission and outline a possible way forward now, rather than allow it to evolve without clear direction. While the government has already taken several steps in this direction, it is essential to articulate the parameters of this vision in the public domain to ensure it is comprehensible to the people of India. The vision should rest on 6 key ideas, each backed by long-term funding. Secondly, it will require a wholly of government approach to bring it to fruition. There are several components to this vision, but foremost among them are economic growth, poverty alleviation, self-reliance in defense, education, infrastructure development, and above all national security. The last point may appear to contradict the goal of a Viksit Bharat, but in reality, a secure nation demands that all these elements work in tandem. Only then can India's rightful place in the world be secured. The interlinkages between development, defense, and security become increasingly apparent. Each aspect will require a clear roadmap, which the government is already working on. Implementation will test the resolve and capability of every citizen. Prioritizing and balancing development with defense will ultimately enhance national security. Here are 6 ideas for a Viksit Bharat 2047. In that sense, they are implementable provided the right mindset is in place. It could be said that these are old ideas in a new bottle, but that is precisely why they are worth revisiting here. The first idea is the urbanization of rural India. The solution lies in implementing President Kalam's vision of provision of urban amenities to rural areas. This can be achieved through a public-private partnership model and would help reduce migration to cities. The partnership could be supported by government spending, supplemented by CSR funding from the private sector. For growth to be truly inclusive, rural societies must be actively involved. The second idea is to transform India's education system and make it more skills and jobs oriented. This requires adapting the education system to equip India's youth with practical, skill-based training in various trades and crafts. The roadmap for this is relatively straightforward. Across vocational training institutions in India, ex-servicemen experts in their respective fields can be recruited as instructors. Not only can India harness the talents of early retiring ex-servicemen, but it can also train young people in fields that align with the evolving needs of Indian industry. While mechanization is the dominant trend in modern industry, the labor capital thus generated can find meaningful engagement in the small and medium-scale industries, as well as in agriculture. The third idea is development from the periphery, that is, initiating India's development journey from its outer edges. A key aspect of this is ensuring last-mile connectivity. Without it, parts of the country will continue to remain excluded from the vision of a Viksit Bharat. The periphery in this context can refer to India's border regions, the fringes of villages and towns, or even the margins of society. Development should begin here and radiate outward in concentric circles until it reaches what we currently recognize as developed or urban India. At the same time, urban India must itself undergo a transformation to become truly smart. While the current pace of national infrastructure development is undoubtedly impressive, what is now needed is a strategic shift tone that begins from the periphery. That is the real challenge. The fourth idea, true Atmanirbharta in defense product Ion, is one whose time has come. While efforts in this direction are already underway, they remain largely based on the transfer of technology from overseas and are primarily led by the private sector. Building roads, airports, and ports can certainly be accomplished with foreign expertise. However, defense manufacturing demands a much higher degree of indigenization. In the long term, this will require increased investment in defense R&D, the restructuring or winding up of the Defense Research and Development Organization (DRDO), and the creation of a dedicated defense innovation body under the Prime Minister's office. This platform would serve as a crucial interface between research and development, industry, and the end user. The fifth idea is the need for a wholly of government approach and enhanced public participation. India faces innumerable challenges, and the next 2 decades will require high-level planning and strategic implementation. In this regard, the formation of groups of secretaries within the government is a commendable initiative. In addition, continuous engagement between the center and the states on Viksit Bharat with the aim of generating shared priorities and coordinated implementation strategies is essential. This process requires a clear roadmap, which could be formulated by the National Security Council (NSC) through actionable agendas. A related and equally critical element is increased public participation. As demonstrated by the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, such participation does not come naturally. Narratives around development must therefore reach the very last citizen. This is why the idea of development from the periphery becomes even more vital. It ensures that the benefits and messaging of Viksit Bharat are inclusive, far-reaching, and rooted in the lived experience of all Indians. The sixth idea is investment in national security. The intersection of internal and external security necessitates sustained investment in technology, human resources, and the creation of a security architecture capable of addressing future threats. Long-term financial commitments in a scale previously unimagined are essential, as the paradigms of security have already shifted in response to rapidly advancing technology. Recasting national security challenges with a fresh perspective should be a key mandate of the National Security Council (NSC). The journey towards a developed India must be both secure and incremental. Safeguards must be put in place to ensure that inimical forces, both internal and external, are unable to gain leverage over any aspect of this transformation. The vision of Viksit Bharat 2047 has been articulated. The roadmap is in the process of being created. What remains is to fill it with substance and action. The writer is consultant, BIDSA, and a former director, National Security Council Secretariat. Views expressed in the above piece are personal and solely those of the author. They do not necessarily reflect News 18's views. Nan.